On the surface, the modern office looks connected. Teams across continents log into identical tech stacks, follow the same workflows, and usually communicate in a single working language. Yet friction often stems from the unspoken structure of a message, even when the literal task is perfectly clear. In 1959, anthropologist Edward T. Hall published The Silent Language, mapping out the cause of these misunderstandings. He proposed that cultures operate on a spectrum of communication context, based on how much unspoken background information is required to understand a message. Success in this environment depends on mapping the invisible behavioral rules that dictate how those words are actually received. On one end of the spectrum are low-context cultures, found in the United States, Germany, and Anglo-Canada. In these environments, the default assumption is that the listener knows nothing about the specific situation, so every piece of background information is explicitly stated. These task-oriented societies prioritize getting to the point. They value literal truthfulness and communicative efficiency, placing clear information above personal sensitivities. In this setting, delivering a blunt no or I don't know serves as a sign of professional respect. It saves time, prevents all ambiguity, and eliminates guesswork. For these communicators, the message exists entirely within the literal meaning of the words spoken or written. High-context cultures, found in regions like Japan, China, and the Middle East, operate differently. These relational environments are built on dense networks and long-standing shared histories. Because these populations share many similar expectations about how the world functions, they do not need to spell everything out. In fact, delivering negative information explicitly is often seen as crude or humiliating to the recipient. Instead of relying purely on words, communicators read the physical surroundings, subtle gestures, and even the length of a pause. Silence carries meaning, often signaling disagreement or the need for more reflection. A low-context communicator will reject a proposal directly to solve the problem fast. A high-context communicator might offer a polite evasion or an extended delay to reach the same result, without forcing anyone to lose face. When these two styles meet on a video call, misunderstanding follows. Both sides are operating under opposite definitions of what constitutes honest business behavior. To bridge this gap, particularly in emails, professionals use specific linguistic tools known as politeness strategies. These strategies are designed to protect negative face, the universal human desire to not have others impose their will upon you. When someone makes a direct, unfiltered demand, they threaten this dynamic. To soften that Brett, writers use modal auxiliaries. Words like may, might, could, and would act as linguistic shock absorbers. You convert a harsh directive like, "This is wrong," into a softened question. "Could we go over the facts one more time?" This kind of linguistic softening is an effective defensive maneuver. It minimizes the speaker's demands while prioritizing the perceived interests of the receiver. But these tools require careful application. While softening is essential in high-context interactions, overusing these buffers in low-context environments backfires. Constant dilution of your requests can undermine your authority and make it difficult to advocate for a bold vision. This chart tracks the profitability of diverse teams. McKinsey data suggests that cross-cultural teams managed with high cultural intelligence outperform homogeneous teams by 36%. For the global professional, the objective is to read the context of the room and consciously choose when to be blunt and when to use nuance. In a borderless economy, cultural fluency, the ability to calibrate your communication to your partner's expectations, serves as the decisive advantage.